Alrighty, I wanted to do a follow-up on the video I did on the first HO Atlas turnout that I did on the previous video. I ended up taking the turnout back to Hobbytown, and they swapped it out without a problem. Sorry about the hand. And they gave me a new one, and so I brought it home, and I've installed it just like where I had it before. And when I got it out of the box, it was the same thing with the frog area here. These little black fill-in areas were standing up a little too tall, and so I took a little bit of filing and cleaned these up. And of course, when you rub on this frog, it takes that black finish off, which like I said before, it's money there just for looks anyway. uh, anyway, I got this cleaned up again just like before, and this area here, not having any problems with that. uh, and cleaned up the points, filed them down. That's a little thing with any commercial turnout. You're going to have to do some kind of filing to it, whether to the points or the hinged area of the points, or you may have to do something with the frog. That's basic model railroad stuff that you just have to do. Even these express turnouts, I had to file the points of these to smooth them out. And I have the Bachmann Jeep 30. I did any other review on there, and I wanted to run it through there and show you how it performs with this switch. Run it through here and see if I can steady that. Not a very good view there. Let me try a different view. Let's see. It's not too bad. It bumps at the frog like the other engine did, but it goes through there pretty smooth. Just a little bit of bump there at the frog. You can notice it more in person. It's hard to see it on the video here. And throw it the other way. Watch it go through here. Let's see. Well, that's not too bad. And pull some cars through there. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. You do see the wheels kind of bobble a little bit on the cars. But anyway, I'm not having any dead spot problems with it. This one seems to be in much better shape than that first one I got. Although, it's a good turnout. You could use them. You have to power the frogs if you want to have a hot frog, or just leave it if you're just running DCC. You probably won't have to even worry about that unless you run like very small steamers. But most tender engines now with small steamers have got pickups on the tenders now, or you can put them on there. It's still not as smooth as these Pico switches I have out of the box. And really the Pico's not much price difference, versus the Atlas. So, but if you love the old Atlas track plan books and you've got that and you want to use this, it's not bad. You're just going to have to take a file, and the file I use, this one has got a three-way edge on it, which is really good for getting it. Kind of narrows down to a point there. And then I have like just a flat one. This one goes in the channels of the frog pretty easy. And I have another one that's, it's a little bit different than this other file, but you can pick these up for a little of nothing. You got to have files. And sometimes I use a light sandpaper over them. Not real coarse grit, because you're going to tear it up. If you use some really fine sandpaper, you can clean this plastic up and stuff on here. Of course, you can put the old Atlas switch machine on there. What or drill you a hole and go underneath with a tortoise or whatever, or extend it off the edge. And there's just all kinds of ways to do that. I do like the, on the Picos here, the snap close, and the micro engineering the same way if you use code 83. But anyway, I just want to follow up with this video and say that this switch is much better, performs much better. It'll work. I haven't had any derailments with it or anything. You just notice a little bit of bump at the frog, which that's always going to be the issue with HO stuff, because there's so many different wheel combinations, manufacturers with trucks and engines, and unless you use like a closing frog switch like what I've got here, where you don't have to worry about it, which is why I went with those. It's always going to be, you're going to have some cars that just roll through it without a problem. You're going to have some cars like this little Model Power here has got probably the crappiest set of wheels on it I've ever seen, and the coupler's useless. It's just there for looks. But I liked it because I needed a Nor car. But you get what you pay for. I think I paid $11 or $8 or something like that for this, versus this is a an Athearn in model die casting old timer with great wheel sets and a good looking coupler on it, truck mounted and body mounted, versus like the old Mantua. This is a redone Model Power Mantua, and it's still got the old truck mounted coupler on it, which causes problems through switches too. Anyway, so take that for what it's worth. Sorry about the shaking of the camera. That's a little better. But yeah, I mean, it works. And if you stuck with Atlas all these years, I'd stick with them more. It's easy to find. It's pretty popular. Didn't think I'd ever see Easy Track as popular as Atlas.